Oh, 96% of the way there. Oh man, if we pull this off, I am going to be so proud of myself. It's going to be ridiculous. Hello everybody and welcome! My name is Ursa Ryan and this is the 30,000 subscribers special! Thank you everybody for all of the support you've given the channel. I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this. Because when we were doing the 20,000 subscriber special, aka the Marathon Portugal game, go check that out if you haven't already, it was really good. There was a bit of a joke to say that Ursa, you took so long to film the 20,000 subscriber special that you'd almost be at 30,000 by the time it had finished. And so it proved. And that led to an idea. We played Portugal so late and for so long. Why don't we just keep playing Portugal? But not on Civ 6, on every other game that we can play Portugal. This is Hearts of Iron 4, a game you will have seen me play once before, or twice, or a few times, with varying levels of success. And this will be the first of many stops where we visit Portugal along the way. Will there be other Firaxis games? Other Paradox games? Other random games? Yes, there's going to be a lot of beautiful one-off specials. Don't worry, Civ 6 isn't going anywhere. We'll be flitting between, and we've got the 5th element of the Leaders Pass coming up, so, you know, puff those cheeks out in anticipation and get ready to celebrate the new leaders that'll be coming in a couple of weeks. We've got loads of Civ 6 coming. I'm just gonna give you a little bit of Portuguese variety. If you want to see more of this particular game, remember to like the video, because I will be keeping an eye out. If a video gets more than 1,000 likes, then I definitely will return to the game at some point. And trust me, there are lots of fun games coming. But that's not for today. Today, it's Hearts of Iron 4, the World War II simulator that a lot of people on the internet seem to play. Portugal, on the edge of Europe, once a major player, in Hearts of Iron reduced to quite a small nation. We still have various parts of Africa under control. We have a couple of cities in India and China and even over here next to the Dutch East Indies sort of area. I'm going to call it that. Our aim this game is quite simple. We will restore Portugal to its former glory. We will put down these sneaky Spaniards and we will take our rightful place at the top of the world. And to do that, we will be using a rather interesting tactic. I will be playing the game on an easy mode. This game is really, really hard, and Portugal is a very, very small country, okay? And look, this is a message to you. There's nothing wrong with playing a game on an easier mode. Have fun. Let's just get stuck in. But before we get started today, a quick update on something concerning. Here is Ursa Bear. Ursa Bear was unfairly expelled from Oxford University's Civ 6 program. Ursa Bear now has 30,000 signatures, and with that, magical powers were bestowed upon him to see the invisible. And Ursa Bear noticed something. An invisible, kind, helpful man. A man called Paul. Don't let Ursa Bear be distracted by the terrible spy Paul. Help Ursa Bear focus on Sancor. Will you subscribe today? Thank you. And back to the video. Hearts of Iron 4 is a World War II simulator, as we discussed before, and I have it on historically accurate mode-ish. As much as a game can be historically accurate, that means a few things are going to happen. Spain is going to have a civil war, a couple of very naughty boys are going to get up to some trouble in Europe, and eventually the UK is going to call America in and the Allies will come and destroy everything. And of course there is a German invasion of Russia because Russia is just, you know, crazy Soviet Union. But that doesn't concern us. Our job is simple. Our job is basically to fix Portugal. We have an unreliable army. They are terrible at turning up on time. They miss birthdays. They never say Mother's Day cards. Like nothing happens in this army. It's terrible. We have an unstable republic. It's literally falling apart from this bloke who seems to be the only person keeping it together, which is slightly worrying. He is suspiciously well dressed. Look at him. Oh, that is a well-cut suit, friend. There's a lot of stuff that we need to fix, and we're going to be doing it by going down the Portugal, ignore all of that, and we're going to do the country-changing things, because I want to get down here. Indeed, they do have a certain world vision that will very much help the Portuguese expansion agenda I have planned for this series. It's going to be by far the easiest way of doing it. So, we're going to start taking focuses. It's going to slowly start pushing me towards the fascist party. I know, the naughty ones. But as we go down, we're going to wait for the Spanish Civil War, intervene in it if we can. We're going to fix our army and hopefully build a navy. Because here's the problem. Portugal is everywhere on the map, but we have approximately 9 boats. We have hardly anything. What is going on with Portugal? There's a lot we're going to have to work out, like a lot. I do start with one semi-decent army template, which I have named the Sneaky Sausages, because of course any army needs a self-respecting and serious name. This is kind of what I'm going to be using. Everything else, like this one is literally just to garrison. No army should be made of this, and I don't even know what that is. That is just no. Oh, I like that symbol. That's cool. Do I try and garrison everywhere, or do I just bring all of my units back home? Yeah, they're coming back home. I'm also just going to change them all to the Sneaky Sausages. I don't have anywhere near enough equipment. I'm missing 8,000 guns. Let's just not think about that. Let's try and avoid that sort of conversation. Yeah, this is it. I've been to Lisbon. Love it. Hugely amazing city. Loved the food. Loved the drink. Loved the atmosphere. Really nice. If you haven't been to Lisbon, go. Beautiful holiday destination. Oh, it's always tempting to go any monarchist route, but no, we will stick to our naughty route. I've got to wait until the nationalists kick off a Spanish Civil War, so instead I'm going to go over and we're going to get a little bit of navy re-equipment, and then I might get some industry just while we wait. I probably should have a quick look and just stick in as head of the army. Okay, love it. Does anyone know where he came from? Do you have arms? Are you sentient? Congratulations, you've been employed into the Portuguese. I need at least a navy. If I'm going to go after Brazil, because of course I have to, I'm playing as Portugal. If I don't reclaim Brazil, then what's the point? I'm going to need boats to get over there. Same with Africa. I feel like Portuguese Africa sounds good. I like the sound of that. I always tend to go dispersed rather than concentrated industry. The difference is that dispersed lets you get bombed more and it doesn't matter. I just always have a feeling that any game I play on this game, I'm going to get bombed at some point. Not a very optimistic way of looking at it, I know, but it's probably fair. I also decided that I'm going to offer Civil War right on time. Thank you, Spain. Wouldn't it be a shame if somebody were to intervene in the Civil War? Hooray! Now we can send volunteers to a civil war that has nothing to do with us. I'm sure that will go absolutely fine. I mean, that would be a terrible idea because my units are just naff. They're awful. And they still have no guns. I think I might have just about managed to make it so that there's one gun between two people rather than one between three. We're pulling at straws here. We really are. Uh-oh. My ships are trying to desert me to go to the communists of the Civil War. But I have no navy. Actually, look at that. I've built up quite a few, but I've got 3 new submarines. Oh no. Oh good, it was crushed. Ah, the best sort of mutiny is a crushed mutiny. That's what I always say. God, that's horrific. What are we trying to do? Just sail one of my boats off? Like, oi, I can see you. Stop it. Don't you love it when any policy for your country starts with gain base stability minus 20%? Ah, so you say taking this will cause my country to rip itself apart? Yes. This is what I'm going to replace the Sneaky Sausages with, by the way. I'm just fleshing it out a little bit more inventory, putting an artillery in, sticking some support anti-air in there. Beautiful. It's still what I would like to refer to as a totally naff division. But hey, it's not as naff as it once was, and that's what's important. Oh no, we're missing 10,000 guns again. Okay, it's happened. Everyone's you gotta share again. Okie dokie, we cannot progress down this route any further until we are suitably fascist, and even doing that, have to do very carefully, otherwise we may trigger a civil war, so away from that. Let's instead continue the public works. I'm going to head down in this direction because there are a bunch of military factories that I can take, and trust me, I need a lot of military factories. We need a lot of everything. In fact, can we just say that? Can we just say, like, if anybody's asking, the answer's yes. Yes, I need it. Now we're going to go from regular Technico to superior Technico. Ah, yes, just by putting the word superior means that we research things 50% faster. I'll take it. And when it comes to war doctrines, I was considering going for mass assault because, of course, you know what we really have lots of in Portugal? People. But instead I decided to go for superior firepower because, again, why have regular firepower when you can go for superior? Oh my goodness, what is going on here? The civil war is now a 4-way civil war. You've got democratic Spain, you've got anarchists, you've got the monarchy, And then you've got the fascists. You know what? Let's just zoom in here. Let's just pretend it's not happening, shall we? This is really good, by the way. You want there to be as much chaos in Spain as you can get. As absolute much chaos as you can get. Because we're going to be having a little trip here very soon. There is an option for me to just attack Spain, just to basically intervene in the civil war. Again, would be good if I had guns. Probably not a good idea. I feel like I would just be making that into a 5-way civil war. No, I believe that we're just going to sit here for a second and pretend everything's fine. Do I want to send 20,000 of my non-existent manpower over to Spain for this 4-way civil war? You know what? No, I think that we're probably okay. Don't worry about it. You know, any other time though, any other time I would have said, yeah, honestly, well, we better reorganize our army. There's only so long we can get away with it being unreliable. I'm buying them all alarm clocks so they all know when to get up in the morning. Almost seems like it's part of a joke, this, doesn't it? We can either pick Ogmi or Ogma. Ogma what? I'm just gonna select it and move on. Each one of these is giving me military slots. I want to get down to this other research slot. Look at this. Another one, maybe number 4. Portuguese artillery. Sort of like the Torre de Belém, isn't it? That's a very Civ 6-esque thing. Like the idea of just having huge cannons on the side of Lisbon. In you come, they say, if you can. Oh, apparently we have fascist assault divisions forming. Oh dear. That's a stability hit and a half. We can't afford to get too many stability hits here because I need to be quite stable to do what I need to do next. That is what I would call rather unfortunate. Well, there we go. We've just managed to flip the country. We're now called Greater Portugal. We've been through this before. If you just stick Greater in front of something, it's immediately better. So we were Portugal, now we're Greater Portugal. Yay! So now we've flipped, we can just continue down this until we join the Axis. Very handy. And luckily for me, I can go up to extensive conscription now. Yay! We said before that if you had 2 arms and you could obtain some sort of sentience, then you'd be employed into the Portuguese military. We're now accepting household pets. Hello, please can we join? I know you're a very naughty set of individuals, but I think I need a hand down here. Hooray! We're in! I promise not to do anything silly at all whilst in this cool club. Oh, wait, I can start justifying on Spain. Look, I'm sure no one will mind. No one will mind. Why do I get the feeling that Germany's up to something rather cheeky at the moment? Oh dear. Last time I checked, Austria existed and Czechoslovakia was a thing, and now Poland is, that's a lot of troops lining up on the Polish border. Let's again just pretend that nothing is happening. Oh, it's always really nice when you can go straight from civilian economy all the way down to war economy. Basically means that all of my buildings are now actual buildings rather than being made into civilian goods like sandwiches and baked beans, which I'm pretty sure the only 2 types of civilian goods that have ever been ever. Well, there goes World War II. Germany has gone for Poland, and very soon Poland will be incorporated into the Allies, and Germany will find itself at war as you go with France and the UK. I've been called to that war, but you know what? I'm going to just avoid joining it just for now. Now, the thing is, when I attack Spain, of course using the phrase when rather than if there, I will have the slight problem of the fact that my colonies may be ever so slightly exposed because I haven't really protected them, but I feel that that's probably fine. We'll go and pick them up later. I really don't have the luxury of having like hundreds and hundreds of places that my troops could go, just because I don't really have hundreds and hundreds of troops. Supposedly integrating Angola and Mozambique. I'm intrigued to see what happens when this finishes. I've never done this before. What's going to happen is they're going to be integrated into my beautiful, beautiful empire, and then shortly after I'm going to lose them. I can just... That's exactly what's going to happen. I gain -10... Oh my lord. -10% base stability, but I gain cores on random places and recruitable population. Oh my lord. I just gained a lot of manpower. Like, that's a significantly large amount of manpower. Okay, intriguing. Very intriguing. Okay, what I might do then is send you all overseas. Should we try and keep... I mean, Germany's holding all this for me, so maybe I don't need to. You know, the best thing that I think I can do is just seize Spain as soon as possible, and then we'll go and work out the rest of what's going on shortly after. I don't know. The big question is whether or not Spain will end up joining in with the Allies. Not actually sure. Now, I have my attack on aggressive. I have way more troops than Spain. It's like they've had a massive civil war recently. They only have about 15 divisions. I have 38. So what's going to happen is you'll find that I can literally just move through the spaces. Like, yeah, this is going to go favorably to me, and I mean, there's nothing they can do. They literally don't have enough troops to hold the line. What I'm hoping is that be a little too much to ask, though. The one thing I definitely do not want to do is call Germany. Yeah, they're holding my line pretty well, but I've just broken through all of the little spaces in their front line, and they physically can't do anything about this now. Just keep sneaking. I'm just sort of like avoiding enemy troops, going round them, and then entrapping them, and then I attack. Avoiding like all the battles we can, and we're just really sneaking this through. There we go. Ah, lovely stuff. I'm just going to annex it all and take all of their navy at the same time. Yay! Greater Portugal. We have unified Iberia. Which is a big thank goodness, because I was like, oh, whether or not we'd been able to do that, but we did. We did it. Well, what do we do now? It's a good question. We have Spain, and that means we have some more factories to play with now. Not many, because Spain is not really controlled by me very well at the moment. To be fair, I could release them as a puppet. They're not really giving me much, and at least if I had a puppet under my control, then it would guard the French border from me. What I really want to do, though, is claim Africa. A lot of Africa, and really, really go for that. Just knock the Allies off this continent entirely. Well, either way, we have a lot more population now, and I can actually take quite a bit of Spain's population because of my brilliant assimilation policies. Wow, that's like something you'd hear from Stellaris, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is generate a bunch more units, like a lot. We need to get absolutely spamming these out. Because whatever happens now, we're going to be in a situation where we've got a lot of borders. We've got one with France. We're going to have them in Africa. We're going to have them all around our colonies. Yeah, this is going to be quite messy. Okay, I've decided what I'm going to do after some consideration. I'm going to fight the Allies, and I'm going to fight them in Africa. What we're going to do is we're going to get ready to join the war. When Germany starts going through the Low Countries, I think this is going to be a good diversion. I'm going to have a lot of different separate armies and orders going on here. This is going to get a little bit complicated, but the first kind of important two are going to be setting up a defensive line against France and an aggressive line against Gibraltar. That will basically secure Iberia for us. Then, multiple little armies are going to find themselves scattered around different parts of Africa. France, we're going to declare on, and we're going to try and push them right to where sort of Carthage used to be. I am still a Civ 6 player at heart. Tunis. Ah, love it. Ooh, yeah, that was complicated. I have 12 different armies for different front lines across Africa, and then I've got an entirely new theatre for defensive positions orders up. The one thing that I can tell is that I do not have anywhere near enough down on the field, so yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. I'm producing a lot of equipment. We're going to start printing troops as quickly as we can. It's fun though. I always like getting to this point of the game where you're like, right, the scheming. I know that I'm going to be attacking at some point, but when and how? Well, that we will figure out later. One thing that also is immediately apparent is that I'm going to need a much larger navy. A much larger navy. I do have the Spanish navy now. This is pretty big. I mean, nowhere near big enough, but it's still pretty cool. In fact, I've got actual battleships now. Yay, and cruisers. Ho-ho. Well, the Low Countries are being attacked a little quicker than maybe I expected. Oh, I am inevitable. Ho-ho. This feels a little early for me. I won't lie. I barely have enough troops to actually man the front lines here, so yeah, I'm gonna just chill for a little bit. In fact, my navy, you need to just stop. Stop for a second. I don't have any oil. It's not fun. I think Portugal's role in all of this is going to be just to wait a little bit. At this point, I'm very much going for the sneaky sausages with no training and half the guns on the field is better than perfect divisions not on the field. Oh. To say that these units are green would be a vast, vast understatement. Okay, things are escalating rather quickly, which is interesting, but none of my units are at sea anymore. I was kind of waiting for everyone to sort of transport themselves to where they needed to go. And we're going to have differing levels of success here. I very much need trains. Trains is a problem. Oil is a problem. You know, all of the usual problems that members of the Axis tend to have. No one's buying my tungsten as well. What's wrong with people? My tungsten is amazing. I'm also missing about 5,000 inventory equipment from my garrison stockpile, which again, not ideal. Oh, do I join in yet? I don't think I'm ready. I'm gonna hold out. I'm in a really, really advantageous position here. Look, Paris is gonna fall. That means France will fall in a second. And I don't think that Germany will declare war on me for doing this because I am a member of the Axis. I could always join in on the war with the Allies as well. That would give them a real confusion. So I've done this thing that makes people evade naval blockades, which I find confusing, but what's going to happen is I'm going to find my convoys repeatedly being eaten now. I do get civilian factories for it, but I cannot let my convoys drop below 0 because that would be trouble. How many naval dockyards have I got on convoys? 2 at the moment. I think that should be fine, but we'll keep an eye on that because it may not be fine if I leave it for too long. Well, here goes nothing, I guess. You have declared war on Vichy France, Germany's puppet, even though I am Germany's ally in the Axis. I don't think there's anything that Germany can do about this. So I have a little bit of an army that's on the French border. If we can just skip across before they have any units on there, that would be lovely. I also have a couple of armies in Africa ready to rock because Vichy France normally runs and has like a sort of Tunisian front, I guess it could be called. Yeah, look at that. Okay, success so far. Okay, Vichy has been taken. Why is that not the case? Oh, Algiers. Yeah, you see, I called it, didn't I? I called it. Although we're having a lot of success. We're sweeping up a lot of Vichy troops. I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem, to be fair. Oh, there's something so satisfying on Hearts of Iron when it comes to clearing up pockets of units. You're like, yes, just watch them all disappear. Lovely, lovely. Right, everyone just go back. We need to push these out of France itself. Oh dear, what's happening over here? Come on, can you sort yourselves out quickly, please? So far, we've lost 22,000 Portuguese men, but we've delivered 200,000 casualties. This is okay. I like these sort of odds. This is the sort of success that I wish I had on Hearts of Iron more often. Alright, that's mainland France taken. I've just got to knock Vichy France out of North Africa, and I think we're going to be doing a lot better. Oh, maybe not. Perfect. Right, well, the first thing is that I can take Vichy France's navy. That is a wonderful step. Then I can take everything else and confirm an exit. Oh, yes. That is a much greater Portugal indeed. What I think we are a little bit more helpful to the Axis now. The best bit is I'm actually holding all of this Africa and I'm not at war with the Allies. We might take a small amount of time just to recover. I've got 73 factories. That's not a lot. That really isn't a lot. We need some time because when I attack again, I want to be able to knock America and the UK out of Africa. Areas like Gambia, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Lagos, all of these places we should be able to do really nicely, but equally, I'd also enjoy it if we could knock the Allies out of the Mediterranean as a priority. Malta? Ugh. Albania? No. Egypt? Suez? These are the sort of places that I am going to try and invade. Ooh, I've just seen the navy that France left me. Oh wow, that's a big navy. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, it took the greatest time, but we have reorganized our army, and I've decided that I need a lot more divisions. Like a lot more divisions to make this work. I've got 66. I reckon I'll need probably about 100. We've got the manpower now. I've got the factories, so I'm just going to be building. Maybe I'll wait until Barbarossa? I don't know, but my units are now going to be moving across the map like little hungry chickens everywhere. I've got a lot of naval invasions ready to go as well. When we're ready to join the war, I'm going to hit every single one of these British-held islands at the same time. I want to clear the Allies out of the Mediterranean. That is how I think I'm going to be helpful this war. But whilst I don't have to fight the Allies, I won't. It's quite easy, really. Well, we've been waiting a long time, and our equipment is now kind of ready. So I'm going to make a final deployment of troops, send them around the world accordingly. Pretty much they're all just like going to Africa. And then I think we'll join in with this rather messy world war. What do you reckon? Alright, everyone seems to be in position. Let's just enjoy this mess, shall we? So first of all, I'm gonna just double check, and as you can see, we have naval supremacy in some areas, not all areas. Best thing we can do, I think, is just to sort of do a nice set of attacks immediately, although just to make sure that all of my people are promoted accordingly. So this army is gonna push down towards Egypt. This army's going to launch a bunch of naval invasions, and then we've got a bunch of attacks that should go simultaneously as well. I need to block the UK off as many of these ports as we can. If I can knock the UK off Gibraltar, now that will be an achievement that is spectacular. Oh well, that is something I probably should have expected. An important lesson here. Don't leave your coasts just exposed to all sorts of random assault on Malta is going to work. Well, Germany's just gone and ruined everything by attacking the Soviets, but never mind. As long as we can clear up Africa for them, at least there's something less for them to worry about. Go on, Maltan invasion. Do it. I'm so used to Valletta being just the absolute best city-state in Civ 6. Strange to see it in like another setting, but you know, like the attack's doing okay. I don't know if we're going to have enough troops to do it, but the numbers they're green. Oh my goodness, it worked. I'm on Valletta. Yay! So I'm being useful. I managed to sneakily sort of invade round the back of Greece, and this is the only bastion of allies on the Mediterranean at the moment. I managed to sort of just go hee. So Japan has joined our war, and they attacked America, which means America is now in our war as well. The only problem with that is Liberia, this little African sort of holding of America. I don't like this. I suspect that it will attack me and threaten all of the good work that I've done in Africa, so we'll see if we can kind of push that back a little bit. There we go. My army that's travelled all the way down from Africa has finally met up with Italian Ethiopia. Look at that. Beautiful. Actually, we haven't even checked in on this. I have lost 191,000,000 Portuguese. That's a million would be a lot. Portuguese. Oh no, that's hilariously bad. But I have inflicted almost 500,000 on the UK, 100,000 on France. Hey, you know what? That's fine. I'll take it. That's okay. Come on, Greece. Enough of this. I think this might capitulate them because I'm super helpful. Yay! It did. Ah, wonderful. Tell you what, these remnants of Belgians' lands and the Congo have been very annoying, but I finally just managed to separate their capital out from their ports. You can just see the Allied supply getting harder and harder to retain, which is just delightful to watch. But you know, I do have some sea lion plans. It's exciting. I have no idea if this is going to work, by the way. It's probably not going to work, but we're going to give it a go. This is risky, but my entire navy, my French stolen navy, my built navy, I'm all moving it to Germany. I'm going to try this. If I can get naval supremacy, I think I can launch an invasion of the UK. The problem is that America have all of their units just sort of sat in the UK right now, but it's possible. It's possible that we might be able to pull this off. Well, the occasional naval invasion does hit the Portuguese shores, but I am making sure to protect my ports, and I think we've always got these covered, to be fair. Yeah, look at this. Look, you can land as many people as you want on the mainland, but if you haven't got any ports, You're going to run out of strength very quickly, friend. A small break. Okay, right, the naval invasion is off. How much resistance are we going to meet, I wonder? Oh, there's an American troop just sort of lurking around, but we have made landing. That is incredibly exciting. Everyone needs to just sort of move out quickly, take as many victory points as we can, and in what could be a ridiculously risky move, I'm going to move the majority of my defensive force off and over to the UK. Just, like, come and help, quickly. Thank you. Okay, the Americans are beginning to emerge and get in the way of this little invasion, but so far, so good. Okay, so we've managed to split the UK in half. I've got a couple of troops trying to mop up Scotland's victory points, but we need to get down to London as soon as possible. Reinforcements are flooding in. My initial naval invasion was good, but we need more troops. We need more troops in greater numbers. There we go, we're breaking through. Oh, these wars get so complicated, but it's just about sneaking around the British. Just don't let them reinforce, don't let them put in an effective resistance. Scotland is pretty much done now, which is good. Come on, get to London. Get to London. We can take London, and I feel this is going to go a lot better. Yes, pinning attacks. It's a high 90s. We like high 90s. That's good. London's taken. Okay. Oh, 96% of the way there. Oh man, if we pull this off, I am going to be so proud of myself. It's going to be ridiculous. Oh, thank goodness. The UK's gone. They had no equipment left. Wow. Look at that. Portugal is on the UK. Oh, let's go and just take over Ireland quickly, shall we? I like the sound of that. I mean, look at that. That is incredibly successful. The Axis is in control of pretty much the entirety of Europe. I just landed an army now on Ireland. It won't take long to defeat them. The Soviets are very much beginning to get pushed back now. Their line is getting stretched. And we could always help out with that if we wanted. We could start doing little cheeky naval invasions around to sort of get them distracted. Africa is now being mopped up. We could contain the entirety of that very soon. And very soon, we'll be able to consider making little naval invasions into the Bahamas and then over into the US from there. It was indeed a greater Portugal. Portugal, Spain, and southern France all contained with most of Africa. Look at this. Our navy of like less than 10 boats is now a navy well over 150. Look at that. Oh, 1.25 million people on the battlefield. I think Portugal has very much succeeded in this particular war. However, that's going to be where we're going to leave this particular game. The difficult work is done. This is all now just mopping up. Trust me, we are so far ahead of this game. We would easily win this one. And I've got other special games to film. Something very special for you next time. I really hope you enjoyed watching Portugal go absolutely crazy. If Hearts of Iron isn't your game, I hope it was good fun anyway. Thank you again for 30,000 subscribers. And I'm just going to go straight into the next series. So until then, see you later. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Doughboy91, Seangrates, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Kroger Brand Trailmix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Amiri C, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boy Zorro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Bear, L. Truand, Creston, RB Hedge, Mushkin Mandeltort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman. Thank you all for your support. It's amazing. See you all next time. Goodbye.